Hello Rockets! This video is a continuation of our pinch pot. Here we're learning how to either carve a foot or add a coil foot. So if you have a lot of clay on the bottom of your bowl, you're probably going to want to carve it just to make your bowl a little more lightweight. If you don't have much clay on the bottom, and there's no clay to carve away, then I suggest you use a coil foot. Both work, they're both great. It's just kind of up to you and how thick your clay is. So keep in mind that this first project, this is practice. We want to learn how to shape clay, how to create the form we want. We want to learn how to manage our clay. What does it feel like at different stages? What can we do at different stages? So really just take your time and enjoy the process. Working with clay, it's fun, it's relaxing, so try not to get frustrated. Right? This may not go perfect, but that's alright. That's our first one. So let me get the video rolling. There we go. So our pinch pot, we should have this basic form. I'm going to trim the lip a little bit here. And this clay, again, in my rush to get these videos done, is probably not quite leather hard. You can tell by how sticky the clay is. It's not falling away. If it was leather hard, it wouldn't stick to the pot so much. So when you're rounding your lip, and you may want to do this after you carve your foot because you're going to be turning it upside down, and that might flatten it. Just get your fingers damp, make a U shape, and work your way around the rim. Again, if you wait until the pot is, or the clay is hard, then it'll hold its shape a little better. Alright, so we need a circle on there, and you can eye it, you can sketch it if you like, or even better, find something round and something that is the size that you want. Right, be a little picky with this. Don't just grab anything. You don't want a foot that is too large. You don't want a foot that's too small. If it's too small, the pot's not going to balance. And then I'm just going to start taking away the clay. Now I'm coming at it with this flat tool at an angle. So my foot is not going to start out perfectly round, and that's fine. So, just working my way around. Let me skip ahead a bit here. Keep playing. You can see, but it's about round. Then I can start carving that edge flat. So first I take away the clay, get it approximately how I want it, and then I'm going to go back and refine, smooth it out. Again, if this clay was leather hard, it wouldn't be quite so sticky. The other thing I'm going to do is put a hole in the middle. Right? I want to take that clay in the center out. I want a foot ring. That's just going to leave less surface area on the bottom of my pot. It'll help it stay flat on whatever surface you set it on. And again, just take your time. Make it look good. Everything we do should be well crafted. Now we do have this ridge on the bottom. We want to get rid of that. So taking your loop tool, kind of carving at an angle, you can smooth out that transition. This is also an opportunity, if you have a particularly thick bowl, to just take away clay. And you'll see as we go through the class, you'll get a sense that, you know, the thinner you can get your pieces, the nicer they feel in your hand. And don't worry about keeping it perfectly smooth. We'll smooth those out later. Alright. So here's a, you can take a card as well, and you can tell, again, the clay's a little soft. It might be good to wait till it gets a little harder to do this, but I can, again, kind of going at an angle usually works pretty well. And this is how we smooth out the entire surface, the inside and the outside. That round card on the bottom is good for the inside. The straight card is good for the outside. There we go, and I can just blend those little bits in. Again, I flattened out my lip, so I'm going to have to take care of that. Now the other way, the other technique is to add a coil. Let's get to that quick. Well, there's the round card for the inside. Okay, so here, it's always a good idea to clear off your mat a little bit, scrape any of that clay dust or extra clay somebody left on there. Again, I'm getting my mat damp so it doesn't dry out my clay. Now, this is an older video, so this is a different pot. Actually, it kind of looks a little nicer. I've got that rounded lip. Now, this is leather hard. This is really nice to handle. When I touch it, it doesn't bend. I really have to press to shape it. This is a good time to spend some time on that lip. Alright, so I'm taking a card and just flattening the bottom. Just dragging it across as straight as possible. Using my wire tool there. Right, so I've got a flat bottom. Now I need to roll a coil. Just take some clay, make it into kind of a sausage shape. Make sure when you roll it all the way around 360 degrees. Don't just back and forth, or it's going to be flat. If it does get flat, give it a little twist, and then roll it again. Don't tear it in half, however. Alright, once you have your coil, let's go back here. Hopefully it's long enough. Yeah, that's about right. So when we attach things now, the pot is leather hard, so you're definitely going to want to score and slip it. When your clay is wet, you don't always have to do that. But when you're attaching clay to leather hard clay, you definitely want to score and slip it. So get it wet, find a serrated edge, mark that up, get kind of a mud. You can do the same thing to your coil. And then just press it on. I'll cut the ends at a little bit of an angle. That'll help you smooth them together. And once you have it attached, now we start forming that foot to make it look like part of the pot, not like a coil you've just stuck on there. So I'm pitching it to thin it out. I want to make it taller. This, I don't know. Sometimes I like a real distinct foot that can look cool. Now we flatten that foot out, right? Give it some taps. There we go. This looks pretty good. I'll trim it a bit. I don't want it quite so chunky. Smooth those edges all the way around. I'm going to get rid of that gap as best I can. And this takes a little time, but that's alright. We're working with clay. There we go. Get the wood tool. Just blend the two pieces together, blend that gap out. Looking pretty good. Again, don't rush this process. Take your time. The nice thing about ceramics is we end with something physical, something we can take home. We want something we can be proud of. So spending an extra 5-6 minutes just making sure everything is done really nicely is going to lead to much better results. Going back, touching up that lip. Okay, and at this point, we have our pot formed. The only thing we need to think about then is the texture we're going to have on the outside. I'll do that in the final video. Hope your pinch pot is going well. Keep in mind, hey, this is practice. We've all been there. We're all going to struggle with certain things, especially in ceramics. Clay it takes some time to get used to, but once you get there, you'll have some things that you're really proud of by the end of the year. So if you need any help, feel free to stop by anytime. I'll try to put more videos just to keep you moving. Alright, take care and enjoy your time with the clay.